Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, today on the Ryan Awesome Show, I'll be talking about NXT for April 20th, 2021. Now, overall, man, this show, it it felt like with this show, it felt like nothing happened on the show. It felt like it wasn't exciting. It felt like nothing, like nothing. Like it felt like nothing happened, but overall it was a okay show. It was okay, but still nothing happened on the show. To me it felt like nothing happened on the show. It wasn't that much exciting or nothing. It just felt like the show was just there. It just felt like it just happened. And so yeah, man. You know, so yeah, this is the NXT review for April 20th, 2021 on the Ryan Awesome Show. And if you're new here, man, what are you waiting for, man? Or if you haven't done this already, hit the thumbs up, man. What are you waiting for? Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you'll be the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and you turn on that bell for all notifications so you don't miss out. Now, before I get into the show, first off, man, I would like to thank each and every single one of y'all, man. Each and every single one of y'all that been with me since the beginning, that commented on my video, that liked my video, who supported me in the show. During WrestleMania weekend, man, during the WrestleMania week, we had NXT TakeOver night 1, night 2, and then WrestleMania night 1 and night 2. For NXT TakeOver night 2, man, oh man, oh man, man. The viewership on that video, bro, the viewership on that video was really, really high. It was high. Like when I first looked at it, it was like at 730, I think it was, and it went up to 1100 views. And so, man, I was like, wow. I was like, what? I was like, how that thing gets that many views? And so, yeah, man, it's at 1100 views right now. So I'd like to thank each and every single person that supported me from the very beginning. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And so, yeah. So, yeah, we started off the show with Kyle O'Reilly. And so, yeah, he spoke. So, yeah, he started off the show. He spoke. He talked about Adam Cole, his war with Adam Cole and the match that they had. And then he talked about, what's next for Kyle O'Reilly and, what championships is he going to go after? Is he going to go after the NXT North American Championship? Or is he going to go after Karrion Kross? And so, yeah, and then Cameron Grimes, he had interrupted Kyle O'Reilly.
And I've got all the time in the world to decide. A time reference? Well, I must be talking to you, Karrion Kross. You have something that...
Just come out to the ring, dude.
Kyle O'Reilly! I'm just out here to say congratulations. I mean, you really showed that you could stand and deliver. And tell you the truth, I made a killing on DraftKings betting on you. You see, they actually thought that you were the underdog in that match. But I see you as more than that, Kyle. I see you as a top dog, a big dog, Kyle. And I think that maybe if you had someone that could watch your back, maybe someone that can invest in you, like me, Cameron Grimes, I think that we could do a lot. I mean, just think about it. You got this whole new Cool Kyle thing going on. What do you think about that? Cool Kyle sunglasses. The crowd will love it. We can even get this jacket printed up. But they're loving it.
A
You
cool
hear it?
Kyle
That's
chant.
at least a couple people that already bought it. And then think about that moment. The moment you jumped off that top rope right there and you destroyed Adam Cole right there to win. Make that into an NFT. Have you heard of those? I actually got a couple purchased already, but just think about it, man. All that cool. Think about this. KO coins. With all this, man, I think we could do it. I think you and me, Kyle O'Reilly and Cameron Grimes could go to the Grimy. First of all,
Grimy.
yes. I love it. You're a genius. Dude, I just got to say, you're killing it with these stonks. I mean, the stonks are stonking mud all over the
Stocks.
place. It's impressive. By the way,
This is
thanks
stonks.
for the tip on the doggy coin. Love doggies. Anything. Yeah. So let us celebrate our newfound business arrangement with another celebration, because I just found out that as of today, I am officially cleared to compete. And I just saw my first opponent around here somewhere. Where's he at? Hey, don't you look at Kyle. He's looking to fight somebody. Don't look at him. Don't worry, it's not you. We're business associates.
Took out his sunshades. He blew his breath on the sunshades.
Let me tell you, tonight's your night. You want a piece of Kyle O'Reilly? He's looking for a fight. Hey, it is you.
And then punched him right in his mouth. And that was it. So it's gonna be Cameron Grimes versus Kyle O'Reilly, and they made that into the main event. And so yeah, that was it with the promo from Kyle O'Reilly. You know, it was a good promo from Kyle O'Reilly. You know, now when you was talking about what's next for him, you know, whether it's the NXT North American Championship or, you know, carrying Kross, I really wanted him to go after the NXT North American Championship because, you know, like, dude, nobody, and I mean nobody's beating Karrion Kross because he just won the title. So why is it that Kyle O'Reilly, why there are people that think that Kyle O'Reilly is going to beat Karrion Kross. There are people that are out there that think that Kyle O'Reilly is going to beat Karrion Kross. No, it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. You know, I would have sent Kyle O'Reilly after the NXT North American Championship. I would have sent him at the Johnny Gargano, or I would have sent him at the Cruiserweight Championship. You know, he's in that weight limit. He's in the 205 limit. I think the ring announcer say he was 200 pounds. So yeah, I would have sent him after the Cruiserweight title or the NXT North American Championship because he have a better chance at winning those titles than fighting Karrion Kross. Man, like, dude, he going up in a losing battle. He will lose to Karrion Kross. And I would love to see him in the ring with Johnny Gargano or Kushida or Santos Escobar, any one of those guys. But no, I do not want to see him in the ring with Karrion Kross because he would lose, man. He would lose to Kross. So yeah, man. So yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, right after that we had Sarray, the newcomer in the NXT Women's Division. Sarray, she showed up. And so yeah, they showed up outside. Mr. Regal was outside. And so yeah, so Mr. Regal, he was, you know, welcoming her into NXT. And so Zoey Stark, she had came outside. She was introducing herself, you know. And, you know, she challenged her, you know, she challenged Sarray to a match later on that night. And so Mr. Regal, he agreed. And so they shook hands. And so that was it with that. And so, yeah, it was Sarray versus Zoey Stark, you know, later on the night. And so, yeah, right after that, we had LA Knight versus Dexter Lumis. And so, yeah, this match, it was okay. It was good. So, yeah, we had a shoulder tackle to Lumis, followed up by a jackknife cover to Lumis. And that was the same move that eliminated Dexter Lumis in that Gauntlet Eliminator match. And so, Lumis, he had kicked out of it. And so, yeah, we had a springboard shoulder tackle to Lumis. And we had a back body drop to LA Knight. And we had uppercuts to Knight, so Lumis is fighting back. And we had a jumping neckbreaker to Lumis. And so we had went to commercial break. And at Knight, he had took control during the commercial break, picture in picture. They love that picture in picture. And so, yeah, we had a spine buster to Knight. And we had a corner clothesline to Knight, followed up by a bulldog to Knight. And so, yeah, we had a belly to back suplex to Knight, followed up by a leg drop to Knight. And we had a slingshot suplex to LA Knight, and Knight had kicked out of that. And so, yeah, and so at that point, they were fighting outside the ring. And so Knight, he had pulled Dexter Lumis into the plexiglass. So Dexter Lumis, he went face first into the plexiglass. And so Dexter Lumis, he was crawling, you know, ringside. And so, yeah, he had, you know, he went up to the other side of the ring, you know, other side of ringside. And so he had saw Indi Hartwell. And so Indi Hartwell, she was on the other side of the plexiglass. And so Dexter Lumis and Indi Hartwell, they were staring face to face, you know, getting ready to kiss each other. And so Indi Hartwell, you know, she was walking from the plexiglass to try to get from behind the plexiglass. And so, yeah, she had tripped while she did that. And so she had got right back up and she went from behind the plexiglass. And so she was face to face with Dexter Lumis. And so they were getting ready to kiss. And so LA Knight, he attacked Dexter Lumis from behind, and so yeah, he had brought him back into the ring, and so LA Knight, he was talking to Indi Hartwell, saying what's wrong with her, dating a guy like this, or why she's attracted to Dexter Lumis. And so Dexter Lumis, he had, dove onto LA Knight outside the ring. And so yeah, so they brought him back into the ring. So Lumis, he had brought LA Knight into the ring. And so Lumis, he had went right back into the ring. And then so Lumis, he had got caught with a move, LA Knight's finishing move, that face buster, to win the match. So LA Knight, he wins the match, and that was it. And so yeah, and so right after the match, we had Hartwell. LA Knight, he was celebrating. He had went to the back. And so LA Knight, not LA Knight, Dexter Lumis, he was in the ring, and Indi Hartwell, she was still out there. And so she was on the ring apron. She was getting ready to kiss Dexter Lumis again. She wanted to kiss him again. And so the way had came out and yanked Indi Hartwell off the apron and just carried her to the back, and that was it. And so yeah, at first, like I thought they would have gave Lumis the win. I thought they would have gave Lumis the win because he's probably the next person in line for that NXT North American Championship, and you want him to win. So I don't know why they gave LA Knight the win. And plus, LA Knight had screwed him over in that Gauntlet Eliminator match, so I thought they would have gave the win to Dexter Lumis, but that didn't go that way. But yeah, if you have a next contender for a championship, you should want that person to win. You should want the challenger to win the match. Win their matches. But he lost. Dexter Lumis, he lost. So yeah, should have had Dexter Lumis win the match. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, right after that, we had Leon Ruff. He had spoke. He was talking about Isaiah Swerve Scott and how he's not and how he's not finished with Isaiah Swerve Scott.
Did you enjoy standing over me in that ring last week? Because I know I enjoyed standing over you when you were laying unconscious, when I smashed your head into these lockers. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. I'm done playing games with you, Swerve. You pushed me too far. I already kicked down the door, and I'm waiting on you to make a move. The ball is in your court, Swerve. It's your move.
And that was it. That was it. I said this again, dude. Like, dude, why is he still fighting Isaiah Swerve Scott? Dude, you lost. You lost to Swerve Scott. You lost last week. And you beat him up. You beat him up in the back. You beat him up in the locker room in the back. Dude, what else do you want? What else do you want? You already made your point. First off, he beat you, and then you were being a sore loser, and you beat him up in the back in the locker room, and now you still want a piece of him. Dude, you already made your point last week. Why are you going after Scott? Like, dude, stop being a crybaby. Yeah, man. That was it with Leon Ruff. I'm not even interested in the feud, man. I am not interested in this feud with Scott and Ruff. This stuff should have ended already. It should have ended already at Takeover. It should have been done. But yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, right after that, we had Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon Beth Phoenix. She interviewed Io Shirai, the former NXT Women's Champion.
Thank you so much for your time today. It's the first time we've gotten to see you since Takeover Stand and Deliver. We're so excited for this time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thank you.
I want to take you back to where it all started. Takeover in your house, where you became the NXT Women's Champion. In this moment right here, you can see the emotion written on your face. A spectacular moment to begin what was an incredible title reign.
That night was the biggest night of my life, definitely. I love what I do. Holding that title means you are the best wrestler in the world.
Now I want to switch gears and talk a little bit about Takeover Stand and Deliver and your performance there. I mean, take a look at this boot right here, which sent you to the floor, and I feel like this was a turning point in the matchup, followed up by this huge power bomb from Raquel Gonzalez. Ooh, I mean,
On her floor.
What were you feeling in that moment?
Yeah, of course, that's hard. After that, I have no energy.
And Io, of course, we come to this moment right here where we watch your unforgettable 300-plus day reign as NXT Women's Champion come to an end.
Wrestling about challenges. Raquel was my biggest and toughest challenge. but when the time is right, I will get my rematch.
So now that we know a title rematch is on the horizon, what's next for Io Shirai?
Rest. I defended my title for over 300 days. You know, my body needs time. So I can come back, overcome the challenge of Raquel Gonzalez and take back.
A dog.
There's a dog. Oh
Bring
my
him
gosh,
my name.
I'm so sorry. That Presley, how did you get in here? Oh my gosh. I just wanted to take a moment to formally introduce myself, Io. I'm Frankie Monet, and congratulate you on an iconic and amazing title reign. And you, Beth Phoenix, oh my gosh, I've been a fan. Like, I've been watching you since I was a kid. And I didn't mean to eavesdrop or anything, but since you are going to take a little bit of time off, well-deserved rest, you know, I'd be willing to fill your shoes as, you know, the top of the women's division. And my shoes are, I mean, better anyways.
おいちょっとお前さっきからよなんかいろいろ喋ってっけどよ何しに来たんだよ調子乗ってんのかよおいなんか言ってみろや
I don't really understand.
Man, I like cats.
Guess someone's having a bad day.
So yeah, she said she don't like dogs, she like cats. And so yeah, that was it. So we might be seeing the Io Shirai versus a Frankie Monet match, which should be good, man. You know. Now, some people think that, you know, Io Shirai might be going up to the main roster, but you know, she's not done yet. She's not done yet. I would like to see Io Shirai still in NXT right now, because right now if they pull up to the main roster, man, they ain't gonna have nothing for her to do. But yeah, I want to see her in the ring with Xia Li and a Frankie Monet. You know, I want to see her in the ring with more people in NXT. You know, in the women's division that she never gotten a chance to step foot in the ring against. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, right after that we had a tag team match, and it was Breezango, that's Tyler Breeze and Fandango, and they were dressed up as, you know, the Queen's Guards in England, in the United Kingdom, versus the Grizzled young veterans, James Drake and Zack Gibson and James Drake. And so yeah, GYV, they were annoyed that Breezango, they were playing around and stuff, dressed up. And so yeah, we had chops to Gibson from Fandango, so they were going back and forth, GYV and Breezango were. And so yeah, so GYV, they were trying to fight back, but it wasn't working. And so we had a tope con hero to GYV from Fandango. And then at one point we had James Drake, you know, he went for a high flying move on Fandango. And so yeah, he had quote unquote twisted his knee. And so yeah, he went to go check on his knee. And so the referee went to go check on, you know, Drake. You know, and Drake was telling the referee to back off and stuff like that. And so you had, you know, Breezango was checking on James Drake, and you had Zack Gibson checking on James Drake, and I was like, oh my God. I thought it was serious. And so, yeah, Zack Gibson, he had gave Fandango an eye rake. So he had poked Fandango in the eye, and that was it. And so Gibson, he had gave James Drake the thumbs up to get up. And so, yeah, we had a assisted flatliner to Fandango from GYV, and Fandango had kicked out of that. And we had a hot tag to Tyler Breeze, and he took out GYV. And then GYV, they ended up fighting back, and they took control of the match. They took out Fandango, and then to end the match, they hit their finishing move, the ticket to Mayhem, to Tyler Breeze to win the match, and that was it. So the Grizzly Young Veterans, they win the match. And so, yeah, really, really good match. Really good back and forth between these two teams. And so, yeah, right after that, we had McKenzie Mitchell. She tried to interview Indi Hartwell in The Way. Yeah, The Way, Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, and Austin Theory, they had cut off, you know, Indi Hartwell's interview with McKenzie Mitchell.
I'm here with Indi Hartwell, who requested this time. What's on your mind?
I mean, McKenzie, I have so much to tell you. I don't even know where to begin.
Shut it down. Shut
Cut
it
the
down.
feed.
Stop.
Cut the feed.
Stop.
No.
This is not even
Not an interview. Not an interview. No one requested this. No one.
What's wrong? Don't you love?
Bronson Reed interrupt.
Not this, whoever that is.
You know, personally think Dexter Lumis would be a great addition to the Gargano family.
No,
And while that's all happening, I still got my eyes on that North American Championship.
Pause off, big boy. You lost the takeover. Back in the line for you.
How about I just rip off your head right now?
Okay.
you're not doing that.
In your dreams, if you think you're gonna rip off the head of Papa John.
I love it when you call me Big Papa John.
Papa John.
Yeah, he loves it. And I already went and talked to Mr. Regal, and he said the only way that you're getting a title shot against Papa John is if you beat me. Yeah, so get ready for the back of the line. Yeah, back of the line.
Sounds good to me, mate. Sounds good.
Yeah. Sounds good.
When did you talk to? When did you talk to Regal? When did this happen?
What?
When did you make... Dude, he pinned you last week. He squished you.
Ow. I got his number, man. I got it. Don't worry.
No, you're not.
No, don't. Come, give me the microphone. Come on. Come here. No interview.
No more.
You want?
No.
Come on. Talk over here. Talk over here. Talk over here. Come on, over here.
And that was it. So Austin Theory, he had went to Mr. Regal and said that, you know, the only way that Bronson Reed would get another title shot against Johnny Gargano if he beat Austin Theory next week. And so I was like, dude, what? I was like, what? Like, dude, why is it that Bronson Reed getting another title opportunity when he lost already? He lost that takeover. You know, he earned his shot at that Gauntlet Eliminator match. He won the Gauntlet Eliminator, and then he went on tonight to face Johnny Gargano, and he lost. He lost to Gargano fair and square. So I don't know why they giving him another title shot when he lost already. Like, dude, that title shot should be going to Dexter Lumis. It should be going to Dexter Lumis because they're building Dexter Lumis up. You know, with his thing with Indi Hartwell and Johnny Gargano and the whole entire way. So it's Dexter Lumis that deserves a title shot, not Bronson Reed. He already had his shot and he lost. Dexter Lumis, he never gotten this opportunity with the North American Championship. And so yeah, that was it with that. You know, not a fan of it. You know, Reed, he already had his shot. Give it to Lumis. Give it to Lumis already, man. But so next week's match is gonna be predictable. Austin Theory is gonna lose. Bronson Reed's gonna beat Austin Theory, and he's gonna go up against Johnny Gargano. And so right after that, we had an interview from McKenzie Mitchell. She interviews Cameron Grimes. And so so Cameron Grimes, he was talking to McKenzie Mitchell, and he had brought out a letter in an envelope. And so he was reading the letter, and so he was in an auction or something like that. And he got outbidded by Ted DiBiase. So they were bidding on an item in the auction, and so Ted DiBiase had outbid Cameron Grimes, and so Cameron Grimes, he was upset about that. And so that was it with that. And so right after that, we had a match, and it was from the women. It was Zoey Stark versus Sarray, the Warrior of the Sun, who's making her NXT debut in the women's division. And so this is good. This is a good match. You know, at first they were going back and forth, counter after counter. And so we had Sarray, she had locked in a Muda lock to Stark, and Stark had grabbed the rope. And then we had a sliding clothesline to Sarray, and she kicked out. And we had a drop kick to Zoey Stark to knock her out of the ring. And we had elbow strikes to Stark, and we had a drop kick to Stark on the bottom rope, so she kicked her right in her face. And so we had a fisherman's suplex into a bridge to Zoey Stark, and Stark had kicked out of it. And we had a spinning heel kick to Sarray, and she followed that up with a half and half suplex to Sarray. And so we had a sliding knee to Sarray right in her face. She needed right in her face, and Sarray had kicked out of it. And so Stark, she went for a 450 splash and she missed. And so she had a spinning, not Sarray, Stark, she had a spinning heel kick to Sarray. And we had a jumping, spinning heel kick to Stark. So she had hit a kick of her own. And then to end the match, she had an exploder suplex to Stark to win the match. So Sarray wins the match. And after the match, we had Sarray and Zoey Stark. They were embracing each other. They were hugging each other. And so we had Toni Storm attacked. She had attacked Zoey Stark from behind. And so so Toni Storm, she getting her revenge from Zoey Stark beating her at NXT TakeOver, Stand and Deliver on a pre-show. So we might be seeing a Tony Storm versus Sarray match, later on, and we might be seeing a rematch with Zoey Stark and Tony Storm, and then a match with Sarray. So that should be good. And so yeah, man, that was it with the match. Good match and great showing from Sarray. And so right after that, we had an interview from McKenzie Mitchell. So she interviews Raquel Gonzalez, the new NXT Women's Champion, with Dakota Kai.
Ladies, I'm sure you heard what Shirai had to say to Beth Phoenix earlier tonight. What are your thoughts on that?
Shirai was a great champion, but I'll be damned if I haven't been busting my ass to kick everybody else's so that I can prove that I'm going to be an even better campeona.
A lot of the women...
Excuse me, Mac. We weren't done. We beat Io so bad, she had to go take a little vacation. Hope she enjoys it.
Well, a lot of the women in the locker room have their sights set on the NXT Women's Championship. How do you feel about that?
What are you doing right now? Are you fishing? You doing a little bit of this? All right, you're talking about Mercedes Martinez, right? Yeah. Look, she wants a championship title match, and I want to go study witchcraft and wizardry at Hogwarts. We don't always get what we want. It's not happening.
Mac, you're a journalist. Here's your story. Let all of the women in the locker room know that if they want to step up, go ahead and line them up. And I will take them down one by one until there is no one left standing.
We're done here.
All right. And so, yeah, that was it with that. And so, yeah, right after that, we had Indi Hartwell. We had Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell
Stop. You need to stop being distracted by boys, okay? We gotta focus. Okay. We're gonna go do this right now.
Why don't we just talk to Mr. Regal?
He's a saboteur. That has not worked out very well for us, has it? Hello? Focus, okay? Focus. We're gonna do this. They don't deserve to be champions because we deserve to.
And Indi Hartwell, she walked away from Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae don't even know about it.
Of course. Perfect timing. Just the two dummies I was looking for. Yeah, because see, you still have something that belongs to us.
No.
Yes. You guys are. Yes. You're not even a team. We're family, though. We are family.
You know what?
You guys,
Family.
what?
How does Indi feel about that?
Yeah, how do you feel, Indi?
Not even there.
You were saying?
Oh. Candice LeRae just poured a drink in Ember Moon's face.
Oh, man. This is not going to turn out well for Candice LeRae. Guys.
So, yeah, so Candice LeRae, she confronted Shotzi and Ember. And so, yeah. And so Indi Hartwell, she wasn't there. And so when she found out, she just poured a drink in. So Ember Moon, she was holding a drink. And so Candice LeRae, she just slapped the drink out of Ember Moon's hand, and the drink went flying into her face. And then she tried to run away, and they dragged her into the room to beat her down. And so, yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had a match, and it was for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, and it was the open challenge. So Kushida, he promised an open challenge, so anybody in a Cruiserweight division can challenge, can fight Kushida for the Cruiserweight title. And so Oney Lorcan, he accepted the challenge. So Oney Lorcan, he is a part of the Cruiserweight division. He is in the weight limit. And so, yeah, Kushida, he had new ring gear. So he has, he got rid of the pants, got rid of the Marty McFly look. And he went to, short wrestling tights, and he took off his shoes, took off his boots. So he got, he's shoeless, he's bootless. So, yeah. So we started off this match. This is probably the best match on the show. This is the best match on the show for me. For me, it was. And so, yeah, they were going back and forth with submission moves. And we had a cross arm breaker to Lorcan, and then Lorcan, he had fought out of it. And we had a chop to Kushida. And we had an enziguri kick to Lorcan on the top rope to knock him out of the ring. And so, yeah, we had a running European uppercut to Kushida. And we had a knee lift to Kushida, and Kushida had kicked out. And we had kicks and strikes to Lorcan from Kushida. And we had a double diving knee on Lorcan's arm. So his arm was like right here on the rope. And so Kushida, he had jumped off of the rope, and he just landed right on his arm with his knee. And so that, I'm telling you, man, that had to hurt, man. That had to hurt. And so, yeah, they were both going back and forth with moves. And we had a blockbuster to Kushida. Kushida had kicked out of it. And we had we had a series of chops to Kushida, and the chops were loud. The chops were very, very loud. And so Kushida, he ended up, fighting him back. And so, yeah, Kushida, he had hit a cartwheel drop kick to Lorcan. and we had a kick to Lorcan. And then we had, to end the match, we had Kushida. He had locked in his hoverboard submission move, the hoverboard lock, to Lorcan to win the match. So Oney Lorcan, he taps out. And so Kushida, he wins the match and is still the NXT Cruiserweight Champion. So yeah, this is a great match. This is the best match on the show. And so yeah, right after the match, we had Legado del Fantasma that had came out. So Santos Escobar, he had came out first to his theme music. And so the rest of Legado del Fantasma, they had attacked Kushida from behind. And so Santos Escobar, he had joined in on the attack. And so MSK, they had came out to even the odds, so they ended up helping Kushida. And so MSK and Kushida, they ended up fighting off Legado del Fantasma, and that was it. You know, great match. And so when I saw that, I was like, man, it's going to be watch. It's going to be a six-man tag next week. And so that's what we got, a six-man tag. And so, yeah, you know, Kushida being a Cruiserweight champion, you know, at first, I was like, why did they take the championship off of Escobar? But now, man, now as Kushida as Cruiserweight champion, he could have some great matches, man. He could have some great matches with anybody there in the Cruiserweight division. You know, I would love to see more people compete in the Cruiserweight division. Maybe a Kyle O'Reilly, maybe Tommaso Ciampa, you know, or anybody there, you know, that's in that weight limit, you know, that's not doing much of anything. I would like to see them in the Cruiserweight division fighting for that title, you know, to bring prestige to that championship, man. But yeah, man, that was it. That was it with the championship match, the Cruiserweight championship match. And so yeah, right after that, we had Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez, she had spoke about, you know, Raquel Gonzalez.
Hey, Raquel, I'm waiting on you. I called your ass out last week, and all I hear is silence. You ducking me? You scared? Seems like it, mamita. You had a chance back in that interview to say something, but you didn't. Dakota did.
Oh, wow.
I get it. I understand. You may be the champ, but you are in her shadows, mamita. She barks the orders, and you respond like a good little lapdog.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I'll do you a solid. I'll take Dakota out, and then nothing, and I mean nothing, will stand in the way of me, you, and that title.
And so yeah, that was it. So next week is gonna be Mercedes Martinez versus Dakota Kai. And then right after Dakota Kai, just like what she said, she's going after Gonzalez. And she's not going to win. She is not going to win. Nobody is beating Raquel Gonzalez. Just like what I said with Kross and, you know, everybody else that's a dominant champion right now, they are not losing. They are not losing to nobody, man. Raquel Gonzalez just won a championship. And you think she's going to lose to Mercedes Martinez? No. Nobody. She's losing to nobody. And so, yeah, that was it with that. And so, yeah, right after that, we had The Way. So we had Johnny Gargano and the rest of the way.
You said you were going to the bathroom. You told me that. And then you saw Regal. And then what happened here?
Look, I told him, I said, hey, Bronson Reed, he wants a title shot. He's got to go through me.
What happened to you?
Candice LeRae shows up all beaten up.
You look bad. Don't say that.
Oh my gosh, I saw him.
Who? Lumis? Oh, Lumis. No, of course, don't.
He made eye contact. Candice, what the hell happened to you? Is that gum?
Oh, gum. Don't.
I almost forgot. I saw Mr. Regal.
You seen Regal? He's seen Regal. What's everyone seen Regal?
Now listen to this. He's given us a tag team championship match.
Okay. Tag team titles. Okay, I like it. Hand it. Come on. Hand it. Okay. The way. Yeah.
Tag team titles. Okay. Tag team titles.
Just give her 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, this one.
Tag team titles.
Give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
So yeah, so they ended up getting the NXT Women's Championship tag team match anyway. You know, Candice LeRae, she wanted it from, you know, Ember and Shotzi. You know, she tried to handle it herself, but Hartwell from behind, you know, she already took care of it. You know, so yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, right after that, we had a tag team match, another tag team match. It was Everrise. That's Chase Parker and Matt Martell versus Imperium. Fabian Aichner and Marcel Bartel with Alexander Wolf in their corner. And so, yeah, this is a squash match, an absolute squash match. And so, yeah, Aichner, he had took out Martell at the start of the bell. He had a belly-to-back suplex to Martell, and he followed it up with a fall-away slam to Chase Parker. And we had stereo drop kicks to Parker from Imperium. And then at one point, Killian Dane, he had came out. He had gotten Alexander Wolf's face, trying to talk some sense into him, I guess. And so, that distracted Imperium. And so Chase Parker had rolled up Fabian Aichner for a near fall. It was close, too. It was close. He almost had him right there. And so, so Aichner, he had kicked out. And so Drake Maverick, he had came out. Killian Dane's partner, Drake Maverick had came out. He had ran out and punched Alexander Wolf in the face. And so Dane, he had grabbed Drake Maverick and just threw him to the side. He had threw him to the side and just picked him up and carried him to the back. And so, to end the match, we had a European bomb, Imperium finishing move, the European bomb to Parker to win the match. So Imperium, they win the match, and that was it. And so right after that was the main event. And so right before the main event, we had Kyle O'Reilly. He was walking, backstage, and he went, he had saw Karrion Kross and Scarlett, so they stared at each other. They didn't even say nothing. They didn't say nothing. And so right after that, Kyle O'Reilly, he had walked away, getting ready to walk to the ring. And so for our main event, it was Kyle O'Reilly versus Cameron Grimes in the main event. This is a good match, but it felt like, it was rushed. It felt like it was rushed to me. That's how it felt for me. Because right after the match was done, right after the match was over, we went right off of the air. So that's why I think it was rushed. But yeah, it was really a good match though. So yeah, we had O'Reilly. At one point, he was, targeting Grimes' arm. And we had kicks to Cameron Grimes. We had chops to O'Reilly. And then we had Grimes. He had a deadlift German suplex to Kyle O'Reilly, which was impressive. And so yeah, Grimes, he had took control of the match during a commercial break, picture-in-picture, of course. And so yeah, we had a crossface to O'Reilly, targeting his neck. So yeah, right after that German suplex, Kyle O'Reilly, he went to grab on his neck. So the neck was the story of the match. And so Grimes, he had like a crossface submission move to O'Reilly to target the neck. And so yeah, we had knee strikes and kicks and chops to Cameron Grimes. And we had a heel hook submission move to Cameron Grimes, and then Grimes had grabbed the bottom rope. And then we had a guillotine choke to Cameron Grimes, followed up by a knee strike to Cameron Grimes. And we had a spinning Uranagi to Kyle O'Reilly, and he kicked out. And we had they were going back and forth with strikes, Kyle O'Reilly and Cameron Grimes were. And we had a standing Spanish fly to Kyle O'Reilly. I love when Cameron Grimes hit that move. Once again, I love it when he hit that move, that standing Spanish fly. And O'Reilly had kicked out of it. And we had, O'Reilly, he was, hitting strikes to Cameron Grimes. And we had a brain buster. We had a brain buster to Cameron Grimes. Follow up to finish the match. He followed it up with a diving knee drop to Cameron Grimes to win the match. That same diving knee drop that took out Adam Cole, he hit that on Cameron Grimes. So that was it. So Kyle O'Reilly, he wins the match. And that was it. And so, I was expecting something to happen in the end. Something explosive to happen at the end. But nothing happened. And so, yeah, that's why to me it felt like it was rushed. It was a good match, but it felt like it was rushed. I wish something would have happened at the end. Something, man. Something. But nothing happened. They just raised his hand in victory, and that was it. And we went off the air like that. And so yeah, that was it with NXT. Wasn't all that excited about NXT. This show wasn't very exciting. It wasn't. It was a decent show. It was an okay show, but it felt like nothing. It felt like nothing really happened on this show. But yeah, so yeah, that was the review for NXT for April 20th, 2021 on The Ryan Awesome Show. And if you like this video, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you'll be the first ones to know when my next video will come out. Because just like what I said before, I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and you turn on that bell so you don't miss out. And follow me on Twitter and Ryan Awesome Show. And comment down below, man. Tell me how you felt about this episode of NXT. And yeah, man, and I'll see you guys for Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. And yeah, man. And once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you, and thank you. And if you missed my last week's episode, my last week's review on NXT, The video is going to be right up here in this corner. It's going to be right up here in this corner, and the link to that video will be down below, down in the description below. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys for AEW Dynamite for Wednesday. And yeah, man, and take care, be safe, and this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and that's that.